I see being a Gooner, being a supporter, it's sort of like you have to live, breathe everything Arsenal.
Arsenal supporters here in New York, I swear to God, is something really unique and amazing.
Curtis and Brett were going down to Nevada Smith's, and the thing about Nevada Smith's is it's one of two of the big football bars in New York. So every team, every supporter, everybody goes. They just felt it wasn't their place. They were like, you know what, we need our own bar. They looked around, they spoke to the Blind Pig, and that became our home. We filled the Blind Pig, and so Curtis said we need another bar. We went to the Blind Pig one morning, and it was so packed, and we said, oh, Curtis said something about O'Hanlon's. Went down there, there were like 3 supporters at the bar. We said, all right, this is fine. And then there were 3 more, and then there were 3 more, you know, the next match and the next match. I go to O'Hanlon's all the time now. The bartender's there. I think you spoke to Stash. That explains itself why I'm there.
Working game day is fantastic. The way the supporters club has grown over the years, it's just been so exciting. When I first started working here at O'Hanlon's, I'd open the bar early in the morning. It'd just be me watching English soccer, and then a couple friends I had that were Arsenal fans would come in, and every week they would be here watching soccer with me. And they kind of sucked me into the whole thing, and next thing you know, supporters club down the street, and then runoff would get people coming in here, and then next thing you know, it's just a huge, huge phenomenon.
You sexy son of a bitch!
I became a fan of Arsenal because of Henry.
I've been a big Arsenal fan since teenage years.
When I found football, I knew it was going to be my passion, but I don't think I had any idea how much I love Arsenal.
There's a lot of song singing in the football culture. Which is amazing because it's so creative and it's just brings so much energy, and it's such an outlet for the passion that you have for the team and for the sport. And there's some folks that are just so creative and witty. So besides the normal chants that everyone knows and they do a lot, like people are making parodies up all the time, and if they catch on, they catch on. And they just did one for me that was when the stash oh, when the stash is pouring pints. Is pouring pints. Oh, when the stash is pouring pints, I wanna be at O'Hanlon's. Oh, when the stash is pouring pints. So stuff like that.
First time I came, I was greeted with champagne showers and hugs, you know? And then Cristiano greets us with a hug and a kiss, you know?
It becomes part of your weekend routine. It's very welcoming. I mean, it's very fun. I mean, it's very easy to come and have a beer with someone either around the floor and just talk soccer, talk transfers, talk whatever. I mean, I've seen it evolve. Like, I've been doing it since I was like a little kid, and I was like literally a teenager, and it's grown into more of a community. Then it was more of like a hodgepodge of people who just come and like stand in the back corner of the bar and watch a game together.
And I was at the pub for the match this weekend, and I was looking around, and I see Ahmad's from India. I see somebody from Nepal. Got a couple of British people there. I almost want to think of a country that I don't see somebody from, and that's what's really cool.
I grew up in London, in England, and I live in Brooklyn, New York. When me and my brother were born, there was no choice. We were born into Arsenal.
I think you spoke to Laura Gooner. She claims she's an Arsenal supporter from birth. She said she came out the birth canal, she was an Arsenal supporter.
We heard about your dad missing your birth for our Arsenal game. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so the day I was born in South London. and Arsenal play in North London, and my dad went to watch Arsenal beat Sunderland, and the game finished at 4:45. I was born at 5:45, so we didn't quite make it. I think he got there about 20 minutes late. I moved to the United States in 1998. I actually became homesick, not right in the very beginning, it was a few years later, and the thing that I was homesick for was really for Arsenal. I saw on Facebook one of those suggested posts for Arsenal NYC. I got in touch with the guys there. There was only about 20 of us back then. Now we have 3 pubs where Arsenal supporters can go on 14th Street. When I didn't really have that network of people, I was homesick a lot. Whereas since I've moved to New York, I've felt less and less homesick. That's the biggest takeaway for me.
A lot of people compare being a supporter and all of this to religion. I mean, it's not a coincidence that we meet up often on a Sunday morning. It's not a coincidence that we spend 3 to 4 hours together. We do charitable work. I mean, it's sounding like a religion to me.
Hanging in my room, I have a giant flag, one Arsenal and one New York Red Bull flag, and I always kind of just kneel in front of both and kind of pray. And I'm very serious about it. Usually I pretend to pray to like some kind of greater football power, and I try to give up one thing to better myself in exchange for one win. This week I was going to devote more time to studying for one of my tests that I had in exchange for a win today. So it worked out.
When I first started coming back in 2010, I didn't have a huge amount of friends in the city. It was a really great way to meet new people when you're so used to your whole life meeting people through school and then maybe meeting new people for work. Everyone is so supportive. As soon as they know that you like the same team as them, it's like you automatically have something in common. You're automatically a friend. There's at least one thing you know that you can talk about.
You know, especially with EPL being on TV now, you can watch every match at home. You save a bunch of money, you won't be drunk at noon. There's a lot of pluses to not going to the bar, but you go because of that family, that feeling of being part of the family.
All right, married couple, take one, mark it.
It was in our wedding vows, and it just sort of went like this. I told him, I promise to always love you, I promise to always be kind, I promise to always support Arsenal Football Club and Blue Bulls rugby team. Arsenal is such a big part of our lives, and we said all these really meaningful things to one another and also wanted to keep it relevant to what we do all the time.
It's great. We're going to have kids, and people will wonder, like, what do we buy them for their kids? You know, so we just envision like mountains of little Arsenal baby gear.
We're going to be the easiest people to buy for our kids, yeah.
You know, New York City is a melting pot. O'Hanlon's or Arsenal NYC is a melting pot, and that's what's so cool about it.
New York City Arsenal supporters is the best thing that's happened to me but since I moved to this country. I have a lot of friends here and I love meeting them. I only meet them during Arsenal games. We get angry together, we get happy together, we get sad together, but we're all still together, so it's a unity.
Arsenal NYC family, you know, to the people that are family members, I mean, they're there every weekend for 10 months. So there's something that keeps bringing them back and, you know, dropping 40 or 50 bucks on a bar tab.
Arsenal NYC definitely has started to feel like a family to me. Coming to the bars changed my life in a lot of crazy ways.
Arsenal NYC is the thing I look forward to every week.
I've made some of the most amazing friends. The New York City supporters group is a second family.
I think the main thing is a place to go on a weekend, to be with your community, to be with your friends, your family. That's what I think it is mainly.
Action. So, thank you for shooting us. Now the camera and the tables have turned on you. Tell us about your experience of being a part, at least a voyeur on Arsenal NYC. What have you learned so far?
Some people call me Goliath. Nobody calls me Goliath.
I hope you're filming, because this stuff is gold! Gold, I tell you!
The drink was like this big slice of Parmigiano, and on it was the Ryden. Arsenal smells like first place.
It came from just like a theory of this being a family to actually we started to feel it, and we started to feel like we belong.
All right, that's a wrap, people. Good job, everyone. I've always wanted to say that.